Hi, everyone. Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Social Live. I'm Courtney, and we have Jules here with us.
Back again.
Co-hosting in place of Stephanie, who will be with us next week. And today is going to be a really, really great show. We have a very, very special guest, Dasheeda Dawson, joining us later in the show. She is the Cannabis CEO, and we will talk to her and learn all about what she's doing in the cannabis space. And she has brought along a very, very special prize that we can share with our guests. So if you share this episode, you'll be entered to win the Urbana Mindy Stash Bag. And we'll talk a little bit later about what this does or doesn't do.
Exactly. We'll get down to Cannabisness.
Cannabisness. That's so good, Jules.
I didn't come up with it, but...
All right, so before we get into all the topics and everything we want to cover, I want to talk to you about our innovative present that we gave to our clients this year. I loved it, and they were posting all over social media. I think we were trending.
Basically,
in our own little
we should have
circle.
been. We sent these adorable little social media fortunes with SocialFly on them.
How cute. So before we get into it, let's see what our social media fortune is going to be for 2018.
All right, I'll do this one.
I'll do this one. Hopefully we don't get the same one.
No, we didn't do that.
That'd be
You will trend on Twitter in 2018. Ayo. I'm strictly retweets, but I'm in.
This is good. I'm going to discover a meme before all of my friends do.
You're a meme influencer now.
Maybe. Or maybe I'll make my own memes.
I think
Never
you
done
should.
that before. That's my new Year's resolution.
What would your memes look like? That would be
my
good.
memes
Court
look
spritzer
like?
memes?
I don't know. Maybe they'll look like
You
Gucci's.
have some great
know I love
one-liners.
those Gucci
I know.
memes.
We were looking at those for hours yesterday. They're amazing. So anyway, yeah, we sent these out to clients, and we got a lot of great feedback. And you can get these at Fortune Divas, and they're so fun. You can customize them, and we're obsessed with them, and they look great on Instagram. So
Yeah, very, very Instagrammable. Our clients loved it. They thought it was so funny. Some of the fortunes include, I think one was, Kim Kardashian will like your post.
that would be the greatest thing to ever happen.
And speaking of the Kardashians, we were just talking about this.
Their countdown to Christmas with a K.
I'm so into it.
I
can't wait to see what this Christmas card is going to look like, because they didn't do one last year, or they did like a...
It was just the kids last year.
Just the kids.
Just the, 5 kids that were there, but this year, I don't know how many kids are going to be in the picture.
You have a good prediction. Tell everyone what you're thinking.
Yes, so I think that the timing, Kim is posting every day the family Christmas card, bits and pieces of it. They're doing like an all-white, tank denim look. It's very Yeezy. It's very sophisticated and chic. And I think that the final Christmas card is going to coincide with at least one of the pregnancy announcements from Kylie or Chloe, and I am so excited. That is like the ultimate Christmas gift, holiday gift to me and to the world, I think.
It's so interesting because we know, right? We know that they're pregnant.
Well, we don't have confirmation from the Queen, Chris,
we haven't
yet.
seen a picture yet.
No, and they've been seen out and about in their oversized clothes. But that's kind of been their look the past few years. Is this oversized Yeezy look? Thank you, Kanye. But I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of rumors flying around, and there's been some hints. They just did the preview for part 2 of this season, and it looks like there's a big party, and everybody's emotional and hugging Chloe. So I think Chloe's going to get it. I don't know who's. I think Chloe's announcement will be first, but it's going to be a surprise.
All right, we'll see. I think you're going to be right.
I really hope so.
And they're going to launch this or announce this on Christmas. Do we know?
We don't know, but I mean, we have to see the full card by Christmas. So we have a week or something?
I think you're going to be right. But anyway, let's get to the news, and then we'll get to our special guest. So speaking of entertainment, let's talk about Disney. Disney makes a $52.4 billion deal with 21st Century Fox in a big bet on streaming. So the Walt Disney Company has recently acquired 20th Century Fox and other entertainment and sports assets, and the CEO, Bob Iger, is that how you pronounce it, has extended his contract with the company for another 2 years to the end of 2021 in order to oversee the integration of the assets. And this is really interesting because this is going to enable Disney to really compete with Facebook and Netflix and Amazon and Google.
Yes.
And I'm excited to see what's going to happen next year. We talked about this, I believe, in earlier SocialLIVE episodes, where obviously live streaming is more and more important. So this is exciting.
I think it's really exciting too, and it also includes Fox's stake in Hulu, so they're going to definitely, like you said, have a leg up in on streaming services. It will be interesting to see what they do with all of these assets. And I've been reading a lot about, all like these comic book fans, like Marvel fans and such, are so excited that some of their favorite characters are going to be coming back to the screen, and or like characters that haven't been in the movies before are potentially coming to the silver screen in the future because of this deal. So I think it's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Something to pay attention to, and we will see how this evolves in 2018. And then big update this week with Instagram. Steph will get mad at me if I don't use these signs. So this is for you, Steph, if you're watching. Now on Instagram, you can follow hashtags. I love this update because I like to see who's talking about or using the hashtag SocialFly or like LaFollow or using the hashtags for any of our clients. And obviously in the back end, there's software to do this, or you can manually just look up these hashtags. But now they'll actually pop up into your feed so you can know about it very, very quickly. And if you're anything like me, you're checking Instagram,
100 times a day.
100 times a day. How embarrassing.
No, it's like I am so guilty of opening Instagram. I'll scroll through, I'll close it, and within 3 seconds, I'm like, I got to check. And I have it in my phone. I have the app open again.
So what hashtags are you going to be following?
Probably like pop culture hashtags for the most part. I mean,
have you done any yet?
I haven't done any yet. I was kind of surprised that they like showed this update in an Instagram story. From Instagram, and they used the slime hashtag, and I didn't realize that was like such a big thing. These slime videos of like all the like glittery slime. I was like,
this is a big thing for
throwback
kids.
Nickelodeon.
All the kids these days, they don't know a lot of kids, but I've heard that they come home to their parents and they say, I need to make slime.
It's gross. I don't get it, but
hey, I know that little Jules would have been all over that slime. So don't knock it. Don't knock it until you try it.
I guess that's what I'll ask for Christmas.
All right, let's talk about Facebook. Let me get the sign right here. So you have to be a developer to do it, but it's not that intuitive. But what's really cool about it is they're amping up their augmented reality capabilities to bring to you more creative that you can use in your content creation on Facebook. And obviously this is their way of directly competing with what Snapchat is already doing. And believe it or not, Snapchat had an AR update as well this week.
Yesterday.
They
launched their own Lens Studio AR developer tool for desktops. So it's the same kind of thing. They're letting other creators, influencers and brands create world lenses for everybody, but they're like marketing in an interesting way that you have to share your QR code for users to scan and unlock the AR effect for 24 hours.
Yeah,
so I thought that was really cool because it could be for specific events or experiences.
And here's an interesting stat about Snap. Snap has already seen 1/3 of its 178 million daily users play with lenses each day for an average of 3 minutes, which adds up to 500 years of playtime with augmented reality each day. So this is a really important stat, and this is why they're building out those capabilities, because they want to be more profitable in the new year and find more revenue streams. So another thing that they did is they removed their in-house AR design team, which was becoming a bottleneck because you had to go through their in-house team to create all of these AR capabilities. And now they're partnering with other agencies to get this done. So hopefully they can ramp up their revenue next year. So we'll see.
It's definitely interesting, and they were saying that they're doing this. They're saying Facebook is ramping up their AR capabilities to compete with Snapchat. Then Snapchat comes out with this, and it says that they're doing this to compete with Instagram, but I feel like Instagram hasn't been super innovative with AR, like face filters at all. I've seen a few more recently, like the stickers are big, but I just don't see that AR development on Instagram.
I'm sure it's coming. They're probably
yeah.
like testing it out
On
on Facebook first, and then they'll bring it over to Instagram once they've figured it out. But yeah, you know, I don't really use Snapchat as much as I used to. I'm all about Instagram stories, absolutely obsessed with it, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
I just really like Evan Spiegel, and I really want him to, so I kind of like I'm like getting back into Snapchat.
You like him?
Yeah, because he's married to Miranda Kerr, and I'm like, so cute. What a great love story. And I just want Snapchat to succeed for him.
Aww.
He just seems like a really nice guy.
Maybe he is. We'll have to get him on the show to find out.
I know. He'll probably see this and fall in love with me.
Absolutely, of course. But we can't
Get in
have that.
line.
We can't have that. He's married, Jules.
I know, but I could be a Victoria's Secret model too, okay?
All right, Evan Spiegel, if you're listening, we would love to have you on the show next year.
I'll co-host then too.
But let's get to our very, very special guest of the day, Dasheeda Dawson. She is the Weed Head, a cannabis executive, digital growth hacker, and award-winning business strategist. So we actually met Dasheeda because she was one of our clients a few years ago. And we met her, I guess, right before she ventured off into what she's doing today. So I will pass it along to you, Dasheeda. Can you share with everyone how you got into the space?
Hey everybody, I'm so excited to be here, and you are hilarious. Thank you. FYI, I'm standing offset, like completely cracking up, trying to keep my composure. And now I'm back.
Oh, you don't have to keep your composure on this show. It's not that kind of show.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
And it's a Friday.
Friday. So
Yes.
thank you so
Yay.
much for having me. So yes, I'm Dasheeda Dawson, also known as the Weed Head, and I became the Weed Head about a year and a half ago. And as Courtney said, these ladies were my digital PR agency at Full Beauty. And so I'm so excited to be back with you guys, but doing something completely different, of course.
So different.
Let's
so
talk
different,
about
but
it.
kind of the same.
Yes.
Using all of the skills that you acquired over the years to help transform a very, very controversial industry.
Yeah, so about a year and a half ago, unfortunately, my mom did pass away, and I walked away from corporate America, and Courtney and Steph and the rest of the SocialFly girls, really to heal primarily. I'll be 100%, and in doing so, I kind of stumbled into the industry unexpectedly in a big way. Mm-hmm. My aunt was already a medical marijuana patient, and so I moved to Arizona, where it has the largest patient population as far as legalized programs, over 110,000 patients, and I entered the industry as a consumer. And so since I'm a consumer marketing expert, it was really hard for me to kind of go in with the blinders on and pretend I didn't see that there was opportunity. And really the big opportunity is to rebrand cannabis. And so that's what I've been doing the last year and a half.
What do you think is the biggest misconception about cannabis in people's minds that you're trying to change?
Ooh, I mean, there's three probably that I focus on, but the number one thing is really that it's a health and wellness benefit. There are huge disparities that we are facing as a U.S. population across obesity, high blood pressure, diabetes. All of these things are really about imbalance, and cannabinoids, or cannabis, which is the formal name for marijuana, actually help with homeostasis, balance. I do have a degree in molecular biology, so while I am a fashionista and a digital expert, I did get my degree from Princeton in molecular biology, so this speaks to me in a 360-degree kind of way. So that's the number one thing. It is not a drug. It's actually good for you. And then the number two is that it's not just about THC, actually. There are over 100 cannabinoids. These are the little molecules in an actual plant that are helpful, and we haven't gotten a chance to study them because it has been illegal in this country. But there are a lot of other countries, Israel, Canada, Germany, they're so much further ahead. And what we're finding is that it helps with anything, literally from Parkinson's to appetite issues, obviously obviously we know from a cancer perspective it helps with that, but what people don't realize is that it's actually shrinking tumors. Epilepsy is a big one, and then anything that's autoimmune. I happen to have my own autoimmune challenges, but MS, lupus, Crohn's disease, they're a number. So I could go on, but that's biggest misconception here.
I have a million questions for
Yeah.
you. This is so
I'm like, I
fascinating
have
because
more questions as we're talking about it.
We got to come back.
What you read about in the media is so different than everything that you're sharing right now. So can you talk to us about some of the clients that you're working with or what you're doing from a marketing perspective for the cannabis industry?
Sure. So, like I said, I'm trying to rebrand cannabis, and I've been calling it hacking into mainstream because right now, in the West Coast, we're in the East Coast right now, but the West Coast is, it has become part of the lifestyle, but it hasn't really gotten accepted fully into mainstream. And by that, I mean, I want to see my girls stopping down Park Avenue actually saying, hey, I hit my vape. We want it to be mainstream. And so how do we do that? And I think part of it is that there aren't really a lot of lifestyle elements. The data is telling us that the fastest growing legal users are actually women, women like ourselves. And I think the more that we provide cannabis lifestyle ancillary products to support actual usage as a mainstream thing, the faster it will hack into mainstream. So that's what I'm doing. I'm working with brands like Urbana, which you talked about, and I'm excited to be giving away a Mindy bag. These are odor-proof bags. So this is an example of an innovation in the space where, a girl like me, I mean, this looks like it was picked for my outfit. It wasn't.
It's perfect.
It is perfect for
but
your
a girl
outfit.
like me, I am a consumer. I am a medical marijuana patient in Arizona, and this is something that is beautiful but also discreet and affordable. So these bags run from around $12.99 to their big book bags that you can put your whole glassware at the bottom for about $100, $140. It's affordable. It's something that you would, normally see at a Macy's or even a Full Beauty, but it's odor blocking. It has a technology that allows for you not to smell
Functional and fashionable. I love it. Share this episode to be answered to win, and you definitely want to win this one. It's so cute.
Yes. If you don't win, I do have a code. It's DASH 10 if you want to get 10% off. It's a great holiday gift for any of your friends who maybe consume.
So how have you used social media actually to grow your business? I know that there are a lot of restrictions on Facebook specifically with marijuana content. They don't let you boost it. So tell us how you've been able to grow your following.
So, that...
Grow your following.
Yes, grow your following. This is your world. So influencer marketing is actually going to be really important. So I've been talking to entrepreneur.com about this and writing articles. But for the most part, I've used the fact that I'm providing education and advocacy to be able to position myself well. So if you look at the fine print in the Facebook kind of details and policies, if you're promoting a social justice education or advocacy, you can absolutely boost. And so I would encourage brands to focus there and less on product. An educated consumer, no matter what industry I've been, from Target to Victoria's Secret to Full Beauty, an educated consumer is always your best consumer. So like at Full Beauty, we teach them what fits your body type, right? We do that a lot on social media, or we used to. I am not we anymore. But you guys do. And, but, same thing here, teaching people how to consume, teaching people about the health and wellness aspect, and the social justice piece is important.
And what are some of the brands that you're seeing that are innovating in the cannabis space that we should all check out?
So I would say start with the nonprofit brands, and I say that because I want everyone to start in this industry as an advocate, and so I am a big proponent for Minorities for Medical Marijuana. Like I said, is a social justice component. I'm originally from East New York, and there are communities, due to the war on drugs, primarily marijuana being that drug, there are communities that have been completely obliterated, and populations with disproportionate arrest rates, the Black and Hispanic one. So Minorities for Medical Marijuana really focuses on those populations becoming more involved in the industry. The industry, if I'm being perfectly honest and blunt, because I do, it's pretty white male right now. There's a growth in women as well. So another organization that I love is Women Grow, and we're actually going to be in New York, so I'm excited. But Women Grow not only supports women who want to be entrepreneurs in the industry, but also men as well. It's just a really large networking group. So I would say first start with information and education. Get rid of the bro science and get real science.
I like that.
Love
That is
You
good.
got some fun questions.
I do have some
Okay,
questions
let's
of my
get
own.
to it.
Okay, I feel like every day I'm seeing more and more people vape.
Yes.
What do you think of vaping?
I love vaping, okay? That's my favorite. And I love that these bags have compartments so that you can easily find your actual vape pen and the cartridge. I find it's the fastest growing, I guess, concentrate type or even cannabis type. When you look at the data, BDS Analytics is a data tool that I use to be able to get point of sale data. Concentrates are growing. It's mostly because of women like ourselves.
This is probably a silly question, but vaping versus, the actual plant.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Yeah.
A lot of the difference is potency and convenience.
Well, it's healthier. Is there?
Well, yes and no. I mean, I think vaping is definitely better than having something burn and, actually inhaling that. So that's always the case. But I also think there's inherently a convenient delivery system in the vaping. It doesn't really have a smell, and so as soon as you haven't even burnt anything, you can open a stash of flower, and because of the terpenes, you'll smell it right away. And vaping, you're not necessarily going to smell that even after you've vaped, and so it's very discreet. I also really like that you're going to get a concentrated amount of THC and CBD if that's what you're looking for, and as opposed to maybe a couple joints, you maybe take 1 or 2 hits of the concentrated vape. So it's just a more effective delivery system and more stylish. I mean, I don't smoke blunts, sorry.
I've never vaped.
It doesn't go in my
I have
outfit.
a million questions, so I don't know if I should be asking them
Ask
now.
them all.
One other question
So I
I
have
have is,
questions too.
so if you can get medical marijuana and you have your license, what are you actually getting? Are you getting the vape or are you getting the plant?
Well, Courtney, that's a great question, and it's a loaded one. Fantastic. It depends on the state.
If I want the vape now that you're
You don't want to try it. It depends on the state. So here in New York, you can get a medical marijuana license, and the process is actually not that arduous, but it is expensive in New York. And the dispensaries, I believe there are 5, they only provide concentrates. So they only provide vapes and or pills, things that are non-plant. However, just across the bridge or under the tunnel in New Jersey, you can go to a dispensary there, part of their medical marijuana program, and you're going to find a gamut. You're going to find more of assortment that is similar to the West Coast. In the West Coast, you're going to get everything. If you go into a Colorado dispensary or a Seattle, Washington dispensary, or Cali, you're going to see vapes. You're going to see flower. You get a choice. You get an assortment. And in that way, that's really where my expertise comes into play because I'm a merchandising and marketing expert, and that's really pricing, strategy, brand marketing, all of that is really important. We just haven't seen it yet, but it's on its way to the East Coast.
That's so interesting.
Yes. New Jersey's about to be legal, y'all.
It is blowing my mind.
It is. Yes, Phil Murphy just got elected, and he said it is on his platform for the first 100 days. I am actually announcing here, I am the interim executive director for the New Jersey Cannabis Commission. So I'm very excited about that. Shout out. I'm actually meeting with the team afterwards. We haven't made a formal announcement, but you guys always get the scoop.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
Yes.
So who is the ultimate weed influencer right now? The cannabis influencer?
There are many.
You, obviously.
No, I love what I'm doing. There are many, many, many. I would definitely say follow me. I'm theweedhead.com. I talk about mostly business and rebranding cannabis. But there's also Dr. Lakeisha Jenkins. I love her. She's a naturopath out in the West Coast. And she's really talking about cannabis as a health and wellness tool and consumer product. There is, I'm like blanking right now, but I wanted to say Dr. Michelle. She runs the Impact Cannabis, and it is a women's focus group. Dr. Michelle Ross. Sorry, Michelle. I'm sorry. She is a PhD in neuroscience, and she's awesome, amazing influencer as far as I'm concerned in terms of moving from bro science to real science. Because that's really what it is. If we educate people with what really is happening, this is going to be infused in everybody's stuff in the next 2 or 3 years. It's like a acai berry. It's something that once we find out is good for us, like we're going to OD. Yes.
I love that.
And I'm waiting for
It's
it.
a superfood.
It is. It is. CBD specifically, yes. So, and that is one of the cannabinoids in the plant. So I'm looking forward to it, and I'm ready to lead the way on it too. Yeah.
That's so cool. I'm just like, it's so cool. I didn't know that. I only knew.
Jules is going to come
honestly,
back a whole new person next week.
Yes. Vapes all over my desk. No,
More calm.
So, never.
It might help with that, you never know.
Probably,
But
yeah.
no, definitely join your medical marijuana program. Get educated about it. I'm not an advocate of staying in the gray market when there is a legal market. Find out how you can get more information. Minorities for Medical Marijuana helps you get information across all of the markets. That is m4mmunited.org. And then womengrow.com. You can find a chapter. There's a New York City chapter. There's a Newark, New Jersey chapter now. So if you're in the East Coast, you can certainly join in and meet other professionals like myself.
Love it, love it. Do you have any other questions?
I think that's everything. I
Well,
mean,
tell our viewers where they can follow you.
Yes, so I am on Instagram and Twitter as the Cannabis CEO, obviously.
Love that. The Cannabis
I am the
CEO.
Cannabis CEO, and just because I always have to have an alter ego because Beyonce does, of course.
Exactly.
My alter ego is the Weedhead, so you can find my blog at theweedhead.com. And then MJM Strategy is the firm that I am the president and founder of, and really excited. It's the digital-focused consulting firm. I call us the BCG of cannabis, and you can find us at mjmstrategy.com.
Love it, love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for
And
having me.
that is all we have for you this week. Tune in next week. It's our last show of the year, and I'm sure we're going to make it very exciting.
awesome.
Right, Jules?
Exactly. And one more thing, remember to follow Fortune Cookie Divas for another amazing gift that we sent out to our clients, and give the gift of good fortune.
I need to find out what your fortune's
FortuneCookieDivas.com, at Fortune Cookie Divas on Instagram as well.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Fortune.
Yeah, you need
Yes.
to